Okay, good afternoon, traders. It's a new month, a new quarter, and we're about to welcome the US employment situation report for March. Time is now 1:17 p.m. GMT +1. So look, a very warm welcome to our second live NFP event. It's absolutely fantastic to see a great turnout. So welcome. Look, before I kick things off, kick things over to the charts. Look, please do bear in mind, this is not a direct investment advice, guys. It's an educational presentation and review. So as you can see on the slide, I'm just trying to get through this really quickly so I can get us over to the charts. So as you can see on the slide, we are at the 490,000 non-farm payrolls are to be added to the US economy in March. According to Bloomberg's median estimate. Just to give us some context, of course, February added 678,000. So what this shows is the employment change is expected to slow. Now, many have said, though, that anything in the consensus range would be a reasonable number. Look, for January and February's release, these were both positive surprises, both absolutely whacking forecasts. Question is, will there be a third? The last time I found this to be the case was all the way back to 2015. So should we fall short of estimates that today, a dollar decline could be on the cards. I feel, but primarily I am a technician, so we will see how things go. Look, in terms of forecast ranges, as you can see, 700K a high and a zero, and a zero for a low, but the average is coming in at 467,000. Now onto the US unemployment rate. As you can see, the Bloomberg's median estimate is 3.7%. with a forecast high of 4.3% and a forecast low of 3.6%. The average coming in at 3.7%, with the prior at 3.4%. Just finally, really quickly, onto the US average hourly earnings. This is for the month-on-month release. As you can see, Bloomberg's median estimate is 4.4%, with a forecast high of 0.8% and a forecast low of 0.2%, with an average of 0.4%. Now, in terms of the major banks, JP Morgan has got a forecast for the NFP for 550K, with unemployment coming in anticipated to come in at 3.7%. Now, most of the major banks are agreeing on 3.7% for the unemployment rate forecast. Now, for Barclays, again, 550K for the non-farm payrolls release. For the Bank of America, 525K for those guys, and Deutsche Bank 400K. So that's where we are in terms of the major banks. Just bear with me. I'm just going to flip things over to the charts. Let me get rid of this. So where we are in terms of overall currency movement. Just bear with me. Where we are in terms of overall currency movement, as you can see, the Aussie dollar is up by 0.36%, and the dollar yen is up by 0.6%. So they are the movers right now. In terms of the major currency pair laggards, we have the euro dollar down by 0.2%, so not much movement to the downside right now. Just bear with me. I'm just going to sort out my slides. Okay, there we go. Excellent. Right, so in terms of chart opportunities, this is what I'm looking at. On the pound, we are very, very close to an area. This is on the M5 chart, as you can see. Now, look, we have formed a double top, as you can see, around this area here, around the 31.46 range. But look, we are very close to this area. This is a prime area of support. And this comes in at, and we're just about to, I think we're going to connect with this area just as I'm speaking, 31.21, and we've just connected with the area now, 31.21, between 31.21 and 31.26. So this is an area of prime support. The reason why I like this so much is primarily because this is what I look at on a daily basis in terms of what I say is prime support. As you can see, yeah, we're not doing too well right now, but this is an area that I do anticipate a bounce from. But look, we have 8 minutes until the release. Just really quickly onto the Swiss yen. Look, should we break below this area on the Swiss yen that comes in at 132.26, 132.41? Should we break below there? I will be looking at this area as another area of prime support between 131.97, 132.13. Sorry, I think that's yes, 131.97 to 132.13. So these are areas I am looking at on the short-term time frame. Just keeping an eye on this current area. Look, should we skim below this area here? I will expect a rebound to the upper edge of this zone to allow any longs out of their positions. But look, we are coming very, very close to the NFP event. So look, anything can happen right now. I was expecting, you know, when I drew out this area, price was up here forming the double top. So look, a lot of there will be a profit objective around this area from this double top. As you can see, buyers are coming in right now. As you can see, look, if we do continue to bounce from this area, I am looking at this area up around this zone. I can't see that. Sorry about the color. It's around the 31-37 range. So if we do continue to bounce from this zone, 31-37 is where I'm watching. Just really quickly onto the other charts. Again, on the pound dollar, this is a bit more of a longer term H1 time frame. Look, we do have an AB equals CD. Let me just expand this chart. We do have an potential AB equals CD completing at the 131 region. This is the H1 time frame again on the pound dollar, guys. Look, what I am looking for is if we do continue lower on that M5 setup, I am looking for a potential whipsaw below the 131 handle into this area of Fibonacci confluence, which is, for any harmonic traders watching, which is a harmonic AB equals CD 1.272% alternate AB equals CD formation. And this lines up nicely with a Quasimodo support, which has been tested this week. Also, in terms of the dollar yen, we do have a double bottom on the H1 timeframe, and the neckline recently broke at 122.46. Now, look, guys, if we do get a positive move that results from the report, and we do whipsaw above the 123 handle, do keep an eye out for this H1 decision point at 123.76, 123.43 as it merges nicely with the double top take profit target. Look, guys, we are 5 minutes out from the report, so I'm just keeping an eye on that. Now, where are we in terms of that pound? Look, buyers are trying to come in from this area. As I said, if we do skim below this area, do look for a bounce back up. But this has reasonably good risk reward for a short-term trade back up to this area here. Oh God, that doesn't look good. That one doesn't look pretty, that move. Let me just move back over to the main charts. Now, on the Dixie, I am looking at this area on the H1 time frame. Again, I do believe stop losses are above here, and this is the 98.53 area. I do believe some stop losses are above here, and this is what I call prime resistance, and it comes in at 98.83, 98.70, and this is the US dollar index, guys. As you can see, we have a truckload of Fibonacci confluence within this area, a 200% Fibonacci extension, a 1.618% Fibonacci expansion, a 1.272% Fibonacci extension, and a 61.8% Fibonacci retracement. So do keep an eye out on this one, guys. Finally, for the euro pound, as you can see, we are rallying higher. Look, I did see this. This is the M5. Just to be clear, I did see this area around this point here, which short-term traders have taken a liking to. But I do anticipate a break above here into this almost hidden area of prime support between 84.30, 84.28. Now, look, guys, in future live events, I am going to request for more time because I would really like to go into detail explaining the setups regarding what I'm looking at. So I will try to schedule earlier events for the NFP. Look, guys, we have 3 minutes left. Yeah, I'm just keeping an eye on the calendar as I'm talking. Any questions, guys, please do let me know. And I'll try and get to them as and when I can. So let me just go back to the that's Dixie chart. So what was the chart? Bear with me. So look on gold as well. I'm not sure how many of you guys are watching gold, but this is the daily time frame. I don't really have much for the shorter term right now, but for gold, look, there is a clear resistance between 1959 and 1974. Well, we did stab into the 50-day SMA that's currently trading at 1898 in recent trading and has provided support. But look, overall, this is a bullish market, long term. So, you know, and we've also had a what's known as a golden cross between the 50-day SMA and the 200-day SMA. This can imply a longer-term trend could be on the cards. Okay, guys, we have 2 minutes left. I think 1 minute now before the release. Let me just check how that. Yeah, we've done it. We've clipped below that area. It's never good to trade just before an event, guys. So, and this has proved it well. But look, I still am looking for a short-term retracement back up to this area. But look, the downside has benefited our GBP area here. Look, if we do get some violent moves, I do expect, as I said, a whipsaw below the pound dollars 131 region. Here we go. Okay. We're on to the last minute now, guys. Okay. So let me just check where we are on that pound one. Okay, as you can see, we are trying to come back to the upside. I do expect, to be allowed out at break even before. I mean, this would be under normal conditions, of course. These are not normal conditions as we head into NFP, of course. So bear with me. Okay. We should soon see the numbers, guys. Okay, nothing yet. Just bear with. Wow, did you see that on the pound just a minute ago there? Okay, here we go, guys. So we have US private payrolls. The actual was 426K, and the forecast, of course, was 490K. The US unemployment rate, the actual was 3.6%, and that was and the forecast was 3.7%. US average hourly earnings for month came in at 0.4%, with the forecast at 0.4%. Now, look, just really quickly, guys, as you can see on this chart, if you remember just a few seconds ago, look at this to the pip that was. This setup, as it clips the lower edge of this gives you a signal that you are likely to be allowed out at break even. As you can see, we did rally back up. So look, this area is dead for me now, but look, we could still get a rally to the upside. But look, we have been allowed out at break even. So after skimming the lower edge of this prime support, we did get allowed out at break even. So let's just see what happens. US labor force participation rate, the actual was 62.4, and the forecast was also 62.4. The previous obviously was 62.3. Now look, as you can see, there's not much movement kicking derived from this release. Oh, we've seen a bounce up on the Swiss yen, but nothing really to get excited about at the moment. Now, as you can see, pound is, if the pound does continue lower, as it's shown on the M5 chart with that lower time frame setup, I will be looking at this to be whipsawed, the 131. Now, guys, as we know, the round numbers, the psychological figures, they are prone to whipsaws. So around this area, you will have buyers coming in, attempting to fade this area, right? And below here, you will have stop losses. With those stop losses, they are sell orders, right? So they will be sell stop orders. Now, once this is broken, or if this is whipsawed, you will also then have breakout sellers come into the market, and these will be additional sell orders. bigger players know this. The more informed traders know this, and they know that there are often potential trades where you can fade into that sell stop flow, if you will. Let me just see where we are in terms of the dollar yen. Look, we have seen a marginal uptick on the dollar yen, nothing to really get excited about. We are up by 0.16% on the hourly candle. There's not really anything, as I said, not really anything to get excited about. Where are we in gold? Again, look, it's really not seeing much movement, to be honest. This is the M5 candle. We are down by 0.1%. So look, on the euro pound, do you remember this setup I was talking about between 84.30, 84.28? This is a prime resistance. Look, guys, if we break this area has formed what I call trust. It's a supply area. From any price action technicians, they will note that this is a supply, or whatever you want to call it, a resistance area. This has, because some traders will be looking at this as an area of support term resistance, I guess. So with that being said, that there is a trust within this area. And with that being said, look at this clear void here. There's very little telling us that once, or if we break above here, we could be heading towards this area. I do anticipate a marginal bounce from this zone. Do bear in mind, this is an M5 chart. So this is a very short-term trade. Let me just see where we are back on the pound chart, the pound. Really quickly, look at that move. That's incredible, isn't it? So we did get let out of the trade at break even, but look at that. That's some move now. Wow. So I'm just trying to keep an eye on all the chart setups I was watching. So as you can see on the US dollar index, we are pushing higher. We have formed new intraday highs. We are currently trading off 98.49. This is a nice area, this prime resistance. As I said, this prime resistance between 98.83, 98.70. This is somewhere I will be looking at if we do continue to rally. Right. So I mean, look, there's not much of a reaction, to be honest, in terms of major moves. Anyone got any charts they want me to check out or look over, or any questions regarding the charts I've shown? Please do let me know in the chat box. That would be fantastic. But other than that, there's not really much else I have, to be honest. Euro GP, okay. Euro pound, bear with me. Euro pound, euro pound. Oh, just bear with me a minute, guys. Euro pound, okay. Euro pound, okay, there we go. Okay, what time frame are we looking at, Roberta, on the euro yen? Really is a poor move. I mean, really poor movement in terms of that release. $4 hour. Wow, that's a long term, more of a medium term. You know what I see first off, Roberta? I'm not sure what kind of strategy you look at, but if you look here, we have, I think we might have formed an AB equals C. Yeah, we formed an AB equals CD to the downside, as you may or may not have seen. we have formed an AB equals CD to the downside. And look, with the AB equals, this is a perfect trade in terms of technical confluence, because we are in the immediate trend is to the upside. We also have an AB equals CD to the downside. But look, with the AB equals CD setups, for anyone that does follow them, we do have take profit targets around. We do have take profit targets set. So we have hit the first take profit target, and that's the 38.2% Fibonacci retracement ratio. And then look, if we carry on higher, which it looks like we are going to, given the lack of willingness to push lower, we could be looking at the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement ratio at around 136.26. Now, Roberta, you haven't really told me what you're looking at. So is there any type of setup you're looking at on the pound, the euro yen? I'll just go over to the, there was another one, Swiss yen. Okay, Swiss yen. Let me just go over to that. Okay, Cosmin. Cosmin, I'm sorry if I've pronounced your name wrong. Just bear with me. I'll try and Swiss yen. Okay, Swiss yen. Let me have a quick look. What time for 15 minutes to an hour? Let's go 30 minutes then. Let's go 30 minutes. What are you looking at, Cosmin, on the euro yen? Yes, I am in a buy, but this is from Roberta. Yes, I am in a buy, but I was worrying. If it reaches target, you said it would be perfect. Thank you very much. What target was that? You mean here? You mean the you mean the AB equals CD setup, Roberta? I mean, this is an initial target from the AB equals CD long. So look, there is a very good chance that further buying could be, on the cards in terms of just this harmonic setup here to at least the 136.25. Now, if we zoom out to the bigger picture, I mean, you also, let me just see what's going on the daily time frame right now. I haven't had a chance to really analyze this market, to be honest, so I'm not 100. If this area has converged with this zone, which I believe it might have done, this is a really awesome setup, by the way, Roberta. If you've taken it based on this, really awesome setup. Look how close that came to the, I mean, this is a daily time frame level, a daily time frame, Quasimodo resistance, turn support. Now, I use these a lot in my daily market analysis. Let me just see if I can firm this up because I want to get this exact. That's a really good, a really nice setup, actually. Really nice setup. Let's see where this comes in on the H4. Yeah, that's really nice. That is really nice. There's potential to the upside, in my opinion, for that. As you can see, look, we are trying to push high. Let me see where the Swiss yen's coming in. Look, the Swiss yen's pushed up. The pounds, yeah, we're not getting much from there right now. Okay, so look, in terms of, in my opinion, Roberta, that's a really nice long. It depends on where you got where you actually got long on the setup, but I would have been looking around this area here, around the 130, around the 130, around the 134.50-ish range. That was a really nice, technically sound long opportunity, judging by what I've seen so far. Now, Cosmin, you're in a sell setup, short term. Okay, it's not working out too well right now, is it? Where was you short from, or what was your basis for a short? Let me go down to the 15-minute time frame. I'm just trying to think of why. Did you short based on this resistance here, Cosmin? These resistances here. 132.84. Let me ping a line across there. 132.84. I thought so, yeah. Was that your only basis for a trade there? Yeah, I can see it now. That's actually a Quasimodo resistance. You know that, right? What you've selected there, that's actually a really nice Quasimodo resistance, the left shoulder there. Have you reduced risk to break even? I would have guessed you had going into the event, right? So you've taken a short there. I don't know where your stop would have been, but I'm sure you would have reduced risk to break even. You know, move your stop to move your stop beyond the entry, so you've protected your position. But overall, look, we are in an uptrend, right? And things are looking like we are going to break higher. Yes, on break even. Good man. Sorry, I don't know if you're a man or a woman. I was just going to say that's good. That's fantastic. But look at this area. Look where it's reacted from. As you can see here, this was a picture perfect decision point, right? Look at this. This decision, this is what I always use in my analysis. Look at this decision point. This is where a decision was clearly made to break above this high. Now, this is an important high technically, right? Because we've had the strength from this high to push below this low. And this is a strong low. And the reason why that's a strong low is because that before that higher low formed, we had a higher high that broke this high, this high at this point here. So this is a strong low. And not only did we break the low, we broke what's holding that low. So we broke that area of demand there, if you will. So this was a strong decision point. You didn't say if you've taken any profits, Cosmin. So I'm not sure if you've taken any profits, but this would have been a nice area to at least reduce some of your position. Look, hindsight's 2020, right? So if you haven't, you haven't. But that was a nice area to short, in my opinion. But for a short-term trade, of course, because you are seriously against the the uptrend there. Let me just check where. Yeah, so okay, so look, that's all I have really for that one. I mean, there was also this as well. I'm not sure if you saw this, but there was also this. You also had Fibonacci confluence there at this point. Look at that, that's absolutely beautiful. You had a 100% Fibonacci projection at 132.81. Now, a Fibonacci projection, for many that follow harmonics, is simply an AB equals CD pattern. And I'm pretty sure you've got some Fibonacci retracement confluence as well from this area. Let me just see. I bet this is 78.6. No, it's just above, so there's nothing really there. But that's a nice trade. I mean, technical confluence was present, and look, well done. I think it would have been nice if you'd have seen this decision point. But look, in all fairness, I would have thought this decision point is potentially weak, because we did actually test this area. Now, these decision points are best traded, from my experience, are best traded once they're formed. So as early as possible, not long-term areas. So for instance, as price came from your area of resistance at this point, I would have expected this to break, in normal conditions without the news. I would have expected this area to actually break. But look, this is the news. I don't trade the news directly. I do know some traders that do, and they do very nicely, but I can't seem to do it. So yeah, nice trade. I think that's a very nice area. And well done, Roberta. This is a fantastic long, by the way, in my opinion, on the euro yen. Let me just quickly run through the chart, see where I am. Look, guys, do keep an eye on this it's 131 region on the pound dollar. Should we whipsaw below here? We should get some reaction from around the 30.75. So Roberta's asking, could I ask about euro dollar too, please? I'm in a long position. Euro dollar, that's the one chart I didn't have up. Just give me a second. Euro dollar. Okay. What time frame are you long from, Roberta? We have just hit. I'm not sure if you follow my daily market analysis, but I did note on the euro dollar, we are coming into an area. As you can see, this is the weekly time frame at this point. This is a daily time frame here. Look, we do have weekly resistance at 11.74, as well as daily resistance at 12.24. So depending on where you've entered long, what you've done is you've entered long into a strong area of higher time frame resistance. I did note to be aware of the 11.74, 12.24 region. As you can see, look, and also on Thursday, we did form a bearish outside reversal. This is a traditional, a Western, I believe it's a Western bar technical bearish signal. It's not an engulfing candle, by the way. An engulfing candle is simply the focuses on the real bodies, the real candle bodies. You're long from on the H4. So this is the H4 time frame here. Look, on the H1 time frame, there was something I was looking at, and it did play out reasonably well. There was this prime support, very similar to what I was talking about on the euro, on the pound dollar just a minute ago. As you can see here, the round number, we have a prime support at 10.67, 10.94. As you can see, price slammed through that round number. Can you imagine the pain that was caused by slamming through all of those orders, those stop orders? And look where price bounced from. That prime support that was tucked just nicely above there. And we did get a reasonable. We got around a 40 pip reaction, I think, or a 60 pip reaction. It's quite a big reaction, depending on where you entered from the area. Roberta, can you tell me where you've entered long from on the euro dollar, please? And I'll check it out for you. but really what I see is, if you're looking at a multi-time frame approach, which I do advise, is you've actually bought into higher time frame resistances. Now, it's not to say your setup won't work. It's just how I operate in terms of knowing where I am in the markets. 1162. You're long, right? So you bought at this point here, up at this point. Just a Y or N would be fantastic. I'm just assuming that you've bought here, right? So look, you can see on my, yeah, so you've bought smack bang into a weekly resistance at 1174. I did note this area in my daily market analysis. Look at the area of support it's given. Support at the 15th of June, 20th in 2020. Support again in early 2022. And look, we are in a clear downtrend, right? But look at the overall trend. We've been lower since 2008, and the immediate trend as well. We've broken the lows, we've broken trend line support, and we got a clear weekly resistance at 1174 coming into play. And we're also below the 200-day simple moving average. Now, I'm not to say you're wrong, not at all, but you've bought right at that. So you've bought at 1162. You've bought 12 pips away from a weekly resistance. As you can see, price did trade in your favor for a bit. I'm not trying to depress you here, Roberta. I'm just trying to say where I was positioned at that time. So I always look at the bigger picture. Always look at the bigger picture. It's like you're driving, right? You drive a car. You wouldn't drive without any lights on, right? And you wouldn't drive with any mirrors. So without looking at the bigger picture, you're driving without mirrors, and you're driving potentially without lights. You need to know what's in front of you, right? When you're driving. So if you're coming up to a roundabout, you don't want to be speeding. If you're coming up to a potential obstacle, you don't want to be speeding, right? So this is a perfect example of buying into, you just drove basically into a wall, in my technical opinion, if you will. No, Roberta, it's not a mistake. It's just if that's what your plan, says for you to buy at that point, if that's your plan, you stick to that. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. If you've backtested this method, if you've backtested this strategy, and it has an edge, this is just one of those trades that are, unfortunately, it's just a losing trade. Move on, close the trade where the plan tells you to close the trade, and move on. Losing trades are part of it's part of a trader's daily life, right? We have to accept that there will be losses. It's all right. A lot of traders actually pay lip service to they can accept losses, but can they really accept losses? That's the issue. So look, if that's what your system's telling you, and you've backtested that system thoroughly, and you have confidence in that system, me telling you that there was weekly resistance there shouldn't have altered you from taking that trade. This is just one of those trades where I can, just through experience really, because I've always looked at the bigger picture. I've always wanted to know where I am. So for me, that wouldn't have been a long position, but I'm not saying that could have easily been a nice long winning position. I do get why you bought there, because look at the immediate trend on the H1, right? We are higher highs, higher lows. And, I think I did mention this. A lot of traders would be getting excited by the break of this low on the H1 time frame. A lot of breakout buyers would be coming in, and what they're doing is they're buying into a higher time frame wall. We have a comment from Marigian. I'm so sorry if I've butchered your name. Or on the pound. Pound's going up, is it? So is that the short term? That I've kind of given up on the pound. That we've actually retested that area to the pip. So it's clearly these prime resistances and these prime supports are clearly, I love these areas, especially short term. So look, we have tested the underside of this area. Would I have traded that? Probably not, to be honest. For me, this is a dead area unless we come back above this area and we clip above this zone again. Look, this would be I'll tell you what this would be a fantastic setup if we should rally again, take out this decision point at this point here and touch above this area and react from this area here. So what that tells us then is we've now formed a lower low, right? We know that sellers are interested. So if we rally up, we take out these stops, we come from this area. So we know we've got a lot of selling against this zone. This may sound counterproductive, I guess, if you will. But this is where I'll be looking to take a long position if we did come back up above here and test this area, because I know there would be a lot of uninformed traders potentially going long at that. Potentially going long at that short at that point. What do I think of pound yen? I think it could break the daily high given the news. Let me just check that out, Jeff. Bear with me. Let me just 1 second. Let me just get a new chart up, actually. Pound yen on the daily chart. Okay, let me just oops. On the daily, yeah. I suppose we're looking at the right around the daily chart. Think you could break the daily high given the news. Look at the trend in this market. It's incredible, isn't it? Now, this is one of the markets I don't actually. Oh, on the 5 minute. Oh, sorry. The daily high. I've got you. Sorry. The daily high. Just bear with me. Where is the daily high for the? Oh, we're around here. Yeah, this is the point you're talking about. Okay, around this area. Now look at this. Yeah, look, this is. I'm not sure. I don't think we do have the. You mean today, right, Jeff? I don't believe we have the. Although the trend is favoring, look at that. That is amazing. But I really don't believe. Yeah, I don't believe we will. To be honest, this is just my opinion, of course. Look, you can just tell from the lackluster vibe here, and look, the lack of follow through at this point. We cracked higher following the NFP, right? And look, we're just meandering around now. I don't believe we will. I don't believe we might test the high, but I don't believe we are going to break it. Why are you looking for a breakout set up above this area? A breakout by, I guess, within the overall trend. Just as a quick observation here, I also see this occurring. Look at this, the 100% Fibonacci projection at 161.20. This is you're looking to short, maybe even short the daily high. Look, I really like this, the 100% Fibonacci projection at this area. This is an A, but look at it's actually going up. Look, if we break this area here, if we break this, you may have seen this already, Jeff, I'm not sure, but if we break this area holding this is a decision point that broke these lows and these lows, hit this low and this low here. If we break this area here, then yeah, I do believe we are going to test the high at this point, along with the 161.20 area Fibonacci zone. But that would be my cue. If we break here, then yeah, I do believe we are heading for a test of that area, to be honest. Okay, guys, are there any more questions? I've gone on a little bit longer than I normally would have done. Look, it's a very poor turnout in terms of the NFP. I like to see some solid moves come about, but yeah, there's not really much going on, to be honest. As I said, I will try to come on earlier next time. Not I will try, I will come on earlier next time, so I can actually take you through the setups I'm looking at. So, and we can go through any charts you guys have prior to the event, so then we can discuss them following the outcome of the event. So yeah, any more questions, guys? I really feel bad for you, Roberta, having a long at that position there. It's always painful to see that you buy when just as price gives you a little bit of hope, doesn't it? It gives you a little bit of hope. So you rally up 20 pips and you think you're in you think you're going higher, and then that's the way of the market, though, isn't it? So yeah, look, any more questions, guys, please do feel free. If the Germany 30, do you have a position on that as well, Roberta? Let me have a quick look then. You're in a buy. Wow. Okay. Let me just quickly, this is not a market I actually watch, to be honest. Germany 40. Oh, sorry, I have to load a new chart for that. So you're in a long position on the 4-hour chart, right? Okay. Let me see. Oh, this is the M5. 1 second. Okay, what was your reasoning? Can you just quickly type out what your reasoning was for entering long at this position? Was it this area here? Because this jumps out to me initially, this area here. As a decision point. But look, this decision point, again, is a very clear example, right? We have a decision point here, strong move out of it, and we break this high here. Then we come back and immediately test that area, right? These are the keys. This is a key area to be watching. These decision points, once they break out and they make a decision, this isn't, I know a lot of people will say this is supply and demand, which is fair enough. There are messages in the Q&A box. I've answered all the messages in the Q&A box, I believe. Done. Jeff, are you cool with what I said regarding the pound yen? I think it was a pound yen. Roberta, I opened a position at 14,580. Let me just see where you are then. Well, you're seeing some rejection off of that small M5 area, Jeff. I just noted up that supply. Right, so 14. Yeah, okay. Excellent. All right, 14,580. 14,580. 1 second. 25, yeah, 0.25. You was long here, right? At this point, Roberta, just type Y or N in the chat box. And where's your stop loss on this position? Or where's your, your mental stop loss, if you will? $14,320. Okay, bear with me. Oh wow, I really like that. That's beautiful. That 14,320. Okay, just want to see roughly where your position. 14,320. 14,320. Whoa. You mean you've not been stopped out yet? Because according to this feed, it's already hit. Okay, so look, this was an ideal area to be looking for long opportunities. I mean, look, you had a decision point at this point here, and you had a trend line resistance. Look at this, a resistance. If I just line it up with the initial high there, the lower high, and it converged nicely with the trend line resistance turn support. Look, rejection, break, clear break, and then retest. This is a nice area to be going long from. So if your stop's at 14,320, according to this feed, it should, depending on the bid and ask, I guess, it should have been potentially stopped out. Oh, I know why you went long. I can guess why you went long at this area, Roberto. It's because of this resistance here and this resistance here, a resistance turn support, and we broke into a higher high, right? I get it. I do understand. If that's the case. Just type wire. I assume that's the case. So yeah, look, you might be saved. You might be saved. You might be okay with this area coming in here. But I would have preferred to, I would have preferred to have, I'll be looking at around this area here for my stops if I was long at this zone. Again, guys, this is not investment advice at all. This is my view, only my view. But I really, really like that trend line support. Trend line resistance turn support. And let me just get rid of that volume. Also, I wonder if there's any, no, there's no Fibonacci confluence there. It's just too shallow of a retracement. Look, guys, right, I don't really have anything else. Let me just check where we are. Look at that rejection there. Wow. off that supply is amazing. So look, yeah, if we continue lower, Jeff, from this area, I don't anticipate we are going to test the highs. But as I said, if we break that area, then I do believe we are testing that high, and I do believe a rejection will form from that zone. Yeah, so look, guys, any more questions before I sign off? And other than that, don't see anything else really that I've not mentioned. Oh, can you look at this area? Do you remember, guys, this area, this prime resistance at this point here? Between 84.30, I missed this, 84.30, 84.28. As you can see, look, this is a perfect example of looking at the chart psychology, right? Looking where the potential areas of pain are. As you can see here, price of we formed an area of resistance that caused trust, right? So there will be sellers. We've just formed another lower low at this point, so there will be sellers coming in here. Very similar to the pound yen example here that me and Jeff were just talking about here. There will be trust in this area now, hence why there is a minor sell-off happening. But you know, it would not surprise me if we do break above here and test that high. So you just don't know. It's hard to tell. But where we are on the euro pound is just a perfect example. Look, we are lower. Everyone's trusting. Everyone's believing we are selling off. And why not manipulate the price structure? So it's longer term. So the bigger players have bought into this position, right? So they've bought into this position, and they know that above here there will be stops, right? So there will be sell orders, buy orders in terms of buy stops from sellers attempting to fade this area, and there will be buy stops in terms of breakout buyers above this zone. And they know they can sell off their long position that they took down here to break that. So they start selling, and then they sell off from this area here. Again, look, a very short term play in this point, in this scenario. But I hope you can see the logic behind it. And as you can see, we did react from the area, although it wasn't to the pip perfect. We did slightly break above this by, I think it would have been less than a pip. We have reacted lower. Again, short term, guys, this is. So you really need to be on your toes for this. I don't think there was anything else that I was looking at. Yeah, so look, any other questions, guys, before I sign off? Sorry for keeping you, well, we've been on nearly an hour now. So any other questions before I go? And oh, you're very welcome, Roberta. Apologies once again for your trade up there on the pound dollar, I believe, or the euro dollar. Sorry, I think it was. But look, that's part of trading, right? We have losses. Okay, guys. So thank you very much, and look, have a fantastic weekend. And look, I'll catch you again bright and early on Monday for the weekly technical briefing. Thanks so much, guys. Catch you later.